Happy Sunday and welcome to another bi-weekly video, guys. In this video we're going to be going over two things. One, I asked my members who didn't have that much of a productive week to send me their Excel or Google Sheets of their trades. As you guys know, I'm a firm believer in keeping track of your trades so you can see where you went wrong. Remember, failure is the greatest teacher. Now, the other part of this video is we're going to be taking a deeper dive into pre-market data to know whether we should play the open, A, and B, whether we should hold the open pullback if we went ahead and played the open. Now, let's go ahead and dive first into the member trades. Now, we see here on 6/8, he traded NEO 4 separate times after the initial win. Now, how would I know to not trade NEO first and foremost on this day? As you guys see, it just went ahead and had a dive into close, excuse me. Now, first and foremost, I always tell you guys, take a look at those last 15 minutes into the open. I don't really care about the grind up leading into the open when the entire market is green 2%. That's not a big deal to me. When volume is coming in and bigger buyers are stepping in, that's the most important part of the day. And we see NEO went ahead and lost price as we went into the open on higher volume. You can see the volume bars starting to show at the bottom here. And when we lost, we actually fell below the 50 MA, which was holding up nicely as support. Remember, just take a little bit of clues of what's going on during pre-market and we can tell. Now, as I see that price decreasing, I know I'm not going to play NEO, or I can go ahead and try to catch it at the pre-market support of around 44 here. As we see, pre-market support held, we had a bounce. On the next 5-minute candle, pre-market support held, we had another bounce. But where are we getting stopped? It's on that 50 MA. So I'm not going back in NEO. You see, he went back 3 separate times. I'm not going back in NEO until we can come over that 50 MA, because then that's going to tell me that pre-market support truly held. Of course, we didn't get back over it, and we broke that 44 pre-market support and then got into this little pinch zone in between the moving averages. I'm not playing NEO on that day. So you guys have to take a look at your pre-market support. Now, the other ones, Smile Direct Club, we can take another look at that one. Let's see, Smile Direct Club. And this was on the 10th, so we're going to go ahead and check out the 10th. There's a 9th right here, and then here we have our 10th. Now, Smile Direct Club, let's check what notes he had here. Got in too late and then back held until he was down. So, yeah, just chasing the trigger. And even so, on the 10th, Smile Direct Club just wasn't having that much of volume. Remember, volume is always relative. You guys want first-hand experience of comparing volume? Let's do it right now. See, look at the 10th on that 5-minute open bar, and let's take a look at the 9th. Look at that volume bar difference. What is this, double, triple? You don't want to go in when there's no volume. There's just no point, especially when we're underneath moving averages as well. It's just a sign of weakness. Now, another issue that I see people having is, check this out. This is, sorry about that. Let's do it one more time. If I can zoom in. Oh, very poor quality. Okay. No problem. Let's see if any of the other screenshots open up. Okay. So we had here this one member. We had on the 8th IWM. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM, seems that he lost on this strike, so he's going in at 6:30 to 6:50. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that's Central Time. Let's go take a look. It was the 8th, that's the 10th, 9th, 8th. Let's see. IWM just seems to have a great day on the 8th, so I'm not sure why the loss was taken. But let's go ahead and dissect this a little further down. 832, huh? 832. I would assume you got in here and then you sold at that pullback. Okay, so let's see what's going on here during pre-market. Pre-market support, we see clear support right here. Never broke it. Again, never broke it. So what I'm seeing right here is you're just selling before any pre-market support was broken, and we can even push it further down to this 230 area right here. So based off of what I'm seeing, it's just a dilemma of exiting because you're seeing price violently drop, especially when it's happening on lower volume. That's not a bad thing. That's just your opportunity to go ahead and either average in or take the entry at a low volume pullback holding above key levels. Again, we're seeing all the pre-market support hold, so there is no reason to exit yet, especially, again, we're over all moving averages. Let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA on the 10th. I remember I did alert this, I believe. NVIDIA. I did get faked out here. It did end up being a profitable trade. However, the price action was just really unfavorable. Now, we're seeing that pre-market already broke our trigger. I remember our trigger here was 691. So pre-market broke our trigger. We went ahead and it chased the open regardless because it was weak into the open. Let me switch over to maybe the 2-minute. We can go ahead and see it a little bit clearer. Again, we're seeing price violently drop into the open. That's why I chased a little bit, and sure enough, price was caught with the market, with the cues, pushed higher with NVIDIA. We had some call buying happening around this area, and of course then we dumped again. This was just an instance of, unfortunately, not a foolproof plan obviously, but a planned out trade that just went against us. Sometimes all the indicators are with us and we're not going to get the follow through. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on to this one right here, I believe. Okay. Well, I'm not so sure what's happening with the zooming feature, but the main point I wanted to drive home with this trade right here. This is just Friday, by the way. All of these are trades conducted on Friday. And also, this trade right here. These are all happening on the same day. I know you guys can't see very well right now, but as you see, these are all on the same day, and then this is on the next day. This is the problem with traders wanting to make quick money on weekly options. Guys, do not be trading this many contracts, or sorry, this many positions per day. One, your commission fees on your contracts is going to build up, especially if you're losing all the time. Now you have a problem with losing, and you're losing commission as well, so you're not getting that covered. I want you guys to pick 3 names to trade per day during pre-market. Take a look at what's strongest, what's leading, and stick to those 3. If 1, they don't trigger, oh well, pack your bags, trade the next day. 2, they trigger and they go against you, oh well, pack your bags, go on to the next day. Stop over trading and revenge trading the same name or different names just to reap back the losses you had on that day. You guys need to practice discipline through this practice first. If you can't abstain from emotional quick trades to regain your capital, then you will never ever rebuild your portfolio as a whole. So what I'm suggesting you guys do is, again, 3 trades, 3 names you're watching pre-market, and you're only watching these names. If they don't trigger, you move on. If they trigger, you play them and you let the trade do its thing. Now, on top of that, I don't want you guys to be taking more than 12 trades per week. Again, you don't want commission fees to build up, and if you have 10, 9, 8 even out of those 12 trades be adequate setups, then they will erase any losses you've had that day. The more trades you take on, the more risk you're taking on. So again, practice these things. Take a look at your pre-market, reduce your trade size and focus on a select few, and be okay if those select few don't trigger. Be okay with not trading for the day, because remember, this is a long term job or career. You are here to make money for the rest of your life in the market. It's not going to close on you. You will always have opportunities. There's new meme names every single week, every single day. There's so much to be done. Just have a little bit of patience with yourself. Uh, Other than that, of course, the pre-market support. And I hope you guys use this information that you've learned in this video to better your psychology going forward. Again, don't look at sudden price drops. Look at where the price is being held. Thank you guys again, and I will catch you on the next bi-weekly Sunday video.